What's going on, everybody? You know me. You know me. It's big old Nate Niski in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your host, Nate Niski. This is the Nate Niski channel. Now, like I said, maybe some transition moment. Call me Nathan. Call me Nathan Bowden. Whatever. But the channel, once I get the logo finished and changing everything all over the place, it's gonna be Nate Niski. That's me. That's gonna be the channel. So while we wait for the fellas to show up, let's talk about some wrestling. You know, there's been some stuff going on. Um, what has been going on? Not much, right? It's been kind of slow. CM Punk return, yeah. MJF lost the title to Samoa Joe, yeah. Adam Cole is the devil. Saw that one coming. With the Kingdom, duh. I mean, I'm glad they got it out of the way. End of the year with that. So the beginning of 2024, almost fresh slate. What's going on, JC the Great? Yeah, hopefully the boys are able to join me today. G Force Racing. What's going on, my friend? Uh, like I said, hoping. I've heard AEW may want to go more like New Japan and be more sports oriented, more fighting, less stories. If that's the case, that might be interesting. Um, yeah, that happens. It'd be interesting how they do that. Who would stay with the company and who would leave? I mean, you got Samoa Joe as your champion. You got Eddie Kingston as your Continental Classic champion, while he's also the New Japan Strong Champion and the ROH World Champion. I don't even know who the tag team is. I think their claim is the Trios. Yeah, I can't keep track of them. But yeah, I saw that G Force. Um, Monet, Sasha Banks, going back to talking with AEW, possibly going to AEW. I also saw that Naomi is leaving TNA. So Naomi might be going to WWE. Or maybe she goes to AEW. But yeah, I heard Sasha might be going to AEW because WWE didn't want to pay her the top money she was asking for. Charlotte is now the highest paid female wrestler ever, and Sasha wanted to be paid more than that. Yeah, Naomi went to TNA. She was actually pretty good. You know, she was their champion. She held it down for a long time. And I think, like I said, I think she's supposed to be leaving soon. I think her contract might have only been for a year. And so, I mean, maybe they re-sign her because they've already started signing a bunch of other people. They got the grizzled young veterans. Uh, yeah, a lot of British people. We got a lot of British people. So we'll have to see. Now, everybody was saying also before they heard about the AEW part with Sasha Banks, Monet, whatever, Sasha Monet. Um, they said that because the talks had stopped, that they're like, oh, talks are going to keep going, or she's not going to sign until the last minute because that's what happened with who was it, CM Punk and somebody else, but they signed last minute and then showed up like immediately. So maybe she signs the deal. Like, where would y'all like to see her? AEW, you think AEW or WWE? Me personally, I'd say WWE. If she wants some creative control, I think she had earned creative control. Try not to get paid. It's always good to get paid. Get top dollar for yourself. But you left the company because you weren't happy with the direction you were going. Now you got somebody in charge who would be more willing to hear what you say and push the women more. So I'd say, why not take below Charlotte, but get that creative control? You can do a hell of a lot more with creative control. But you saw a bunch of the CM Punk LJN figures today. He looks like Bozo the Clown punching bag. I got one. I got a CM Punk around here. Somewhere around here. I mean, the LJNs look like LJNs though. The Cody's not perfect. No way is it perfect. So, mm, me personally, Cody, uh, CM Punk, Darby, all the LJNs they've got so far, they look a lot better than the old school LJNs. I like that though. Like I said, it's an LJN. Like you look at the old school LJNs, like look at this. That that looks over exaggerated. I can barely tell if that's Booker T or not. Uh, Actually, I think that's Stevie Ray. I think that was the Stevie Ray one. Yeah, like just me personally, I like them. They look cool. Plus, I like it because it's also an accent to the collection. It's not just the regular figures. but it's a little bit more. So, but that's just me, baby. But I don't know. I feel like Sasha should go to WWE because I feel like AEW's women's division, like AEW needs to prove that their women's division is something. Like, how do you leave WWE because you feel like they're not taking you seriously? They're not taking the tag team title seriously. Not taking the women seriously. Leave, compete and won a couple matches in Japan, and then be like, yeah, they're not paying me enough money. You know, you want to go back to WWE, but they're not paying me the money. I mean, they are putting in the effort and trying to make women, trying to get women to the same level as the men, popularity wise. AEW does not look like they're doing that. So how do you go? Oh, I don't want to be here, but I don't want to be here, but I guess you'd rather like I said, always go for the money, right? But don't complain about creative when you have the chance to get creative. Don't complain about them not giving you uh, time and credit when you're going to take money over time and credit. Companies like, look, just come into the company. We're going to give for 5 years, and we're going to have you in a few matches. We only do one or two women's matches an episode or segments. AEW is horrible with their women's division. Like, who is it? Who's the champion? Tony Storm, and then the TBS champion is Julia Hart. So you got a main title and a secondary title. How many other matches have you seen that don't involve titles? Like WWE last night, just on a 3 hour show, had Nia and Becky, where Nia beat over Becky non-title. You had Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark versus Tegan Knox. How do you do it? How do you go, man, they ain't doing much with us. Let's get the hell out of here. They don't know how to treat women or the women's tag team division. And then they got a new person in charge, getting rid of Kevin Dunn, getting rid of Vince McMahon. Triple H is running it, then Khan. And it's like, and they want women to be on the level of men. So if you can have women same level as men, my God, like you're giving people what they finally have been wanting. And it's like you get somebody who say, I want this division to be on top or at least an equal. All right. But I also want to get paid more than Charlotte. Well, what if we can give you just a little bit below Charlotte? Charlotte, let's say I don't know how much Charlotte's making. Don't quote me on this, but let's say Charlotte is 22 million over 5 years. You're trying to get 25. What if I said 20 or 18? I mean, you had Becky Lynch busted open because of Nia's fist. Again, from what I hear, that was an accident. That wasn't planned. I mean, come on, like they're trying to put credibility. Ivy Nile looked fantastic last night. Yeah, she had some misses, but she's supposed to look new. She's fresh off that NXT boat. She's swimming with the big fish. What I'm saying is, Rhea didn't get to this level right away. Yeah, she was the first NXT UK champion. Then she was the NXT Women's Champion. Then, she became the Raw Women's Champion. Then she became a Tag Team Champion. But it wasn't right away. And they built her up. And now she's a beast. And you have somebody like Ivy Nile, who's just like she is still fresh out of NXT. And even in NXT, she was still fresh to the business. And she looked damn good. I mean, damn good. That like in 4 years, maybe 3, depending on how everything shapes out after WrestleMania, she'll be a champ. Like my thing is, I think this year we could see some big changes, just title wise. Like who are some people you don't expect to be champs? Zelina Vega. See Zelina Vega becoming a champion. I mean, I could see Finn Balor. He's been a champ, but I could see him back on top. I could see Shinsuke being a first time champ. Cody. Hoping. Yeah, let's get into it. Big story. So The Rock. I'm gonna give these guys 10 more minutes. The Rock came out. He said after he beat up Jinder Mahal, which to me that segment went on way too long. It was like over 20 minutes. That should have been an 8-minute. That should have been 8 minutes. And it hurt the Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Natalya, Tegan Knox match. Because like after The Rock, who gonna follow The Rock? Really? Nah. The Rock should have been right before Seth and Drew. But The Rock saying he wants the head of the table, he's like, he finished up the Jinder, and then he's like, San Diego, I'm hungry. Need some food, but I need to figure out where I'm gonna sit. And once he said sit, he's like, am I gonna sit in the booth? And I automatically knew. I was like, this dude's about to say head of the table. He's like, I'm gonna sit at the bar? Like, or should I sit at the head of the table? And even hearing him say it just made me go, oh my God. I was gushy, real gushy. So yeah, but that sucks though, because like, so my hope is that Rock and Roman is at Elimination Chamber. Please let it be an elimination chamber. Make it like Rock's retirement match. That way we can still have Cody and Roman at WrestleMania. Finish the story and let's see what else is possible. Because if we keep this whole story thing going, going, I don't know how many people are gonna put up with it. Is anybody else gonna put up with it? I ain't putting up with it. So, but hearing The Rock say it made it so much more tangible, so much more real, so much more possible that that's what could happen. That I am just all flustered. So let me see where these guys are. But yeah, like so, I feel like The Rock because honestly, how are you going to book that match? Can't be an elimination chamber. What are you gonna do? Put The Rock in an elimination chamber match? I mean, you could, but why? Put him in an elimination chamber match, have him win it, and go on and face Roman at WrestleMania. So my deal is this: have their match at Elimination Chamber, and then at WrestleMania Night One, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. That needs to be the main event on Night One. Night Two, Cody Roman. Cody Roman. That's what it needs to be. No, I don't think. I don't think Punk's going after Roman. I don't think he's going to touch Roman. I think Punk is going to go after Seth. I think Roman might lose the title before Punk even gets a hold of him. Like I feel like Roman needs to lose the title now so he can go away. He's already been going away, but he needs to go away for good. Just so we can miss him. That makes sense. So, nah, he needs to go away. Don't come back for at least 6 to 8 months, maybe a year. Like after that, you need a long time away. So, Punk Rollins. Trying to think who else. Um, oh, we need Jay and Jimmy. Um, oh yeah. Well, that's the thing is like you can't always have the titles on one person for a very long time. Now, if you're gonna do it, do it. Gunther, uh, Roman, you know, do it. But don't do it for everybody. And you gotta have the titles change a little bit because you gotta make it look like anything is possible, and that this person might have, and this person has a chance. So I understand Like, I understand why Roman has the title and he only fights every 3 months or so. Like, everybody looks at it like, oh man, he should be there every day. Dude, people watch MMA and they don't care about who's on the show once a month, let alone if that champion fights every month, like, let alone every week. They don't even do every week. So, and right now, Roman, he's on that level, that prize fighter level, where he fights every once in a while. Until a good opponent comes up, he fighting. He don't need to show up. I get it. I agree. He don't need to show up because him being there is also taking the spotlight away from other people. You give other people a chance to get a little shine, show what they can do against each other. You're building your product. You're building the division. You're building up people. So, yeah, he lost 21 times. John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton. So many titles. But they lost them too. But that's what I'm saying. Roman's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. Hopefully it's this year. Hopefully it's at WrestleMania. Hopefully it's the Cody. Because honestly, The Rock doesn't need a title. And if you're not going to give it to The Rock, you're not going to give it to Cody. I don't know. Cody's the only person I can see getting it. Because he's the only one. Roman is a uber bad guy. Cody's an uber good guy. I mean, Kevin Owens had some issues. Sami Zayn had some issues. Jey Uso's had a lot of issues. Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Styles, Flair, or not Flair, Styles, Finn, a lot of people. But Cody is the one that like needs to get shot to the stratosphere. Rick Boom. Yeah. Yep. Like so that's the thing is like once his story is complete, then we get to actually see what else Cody is made of. Because now with this whole story thing, you could drag this out for however long, and he just builds his career off finishing the story. But if the story gets complete, yeah. I mean, if it gets complete, then we get to see what else he's made of. We get to see what he can do after the story. That's all. Yes, I am a wrestling guy. Um, I like the idea of Logan Paul being U.S. champ because he's a popular guy. Something good for business. He's gonna walk around with it. He's gonna do his podcast with it. He's gonna do crazy stuff with it. I don't like him as a human one bit. So I hope they take the title off him soon. I don't know if I want him walking into WrestleMania, but then again, if he has the title going into WrestleMania, whoever beats him will become a bigger star. Winning a title at WrestleMania against Logan Paul. Now that I say that, I can see that happening, and whoever does it is getting a big payday. No, wrong show. I was gonna say Ricochet, but that's the wrong show. Yeah, he hasn't come back, and he hasn't earned that whole prize fighter thing. So, but yeah, no. But while we talk about that, let me show you some figures I've gotten. I don't know if I've shown these to you guys, but there's a store near me called The Wrestling Guy Store. If you're ever in California, in Los Angeles, look them up. Greatest place to get your wrestling figures. Greatest place ever. So, I got most of the wave. I don't know what else I was missing. Um, so some of it was the wrestling guy, some of it was Frankenstein Ultimate Edition. I got that Bobby Lashley baby. Bum 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 bum. I got that Kurt Angle. Double medals, baby. Cratchel. And I got the EST of WWE. Now, I got most of this other wave. I think these are all the same wave. So, I don't have Rick because I'm not a big Steiners fan, but I do have this one. Big Papa Punk, holla at me, Freakzilla. I do have that Scott Steiner. I do have Johnny Gargano. And I do have the Judgment Day Zone, Dominic Mysterio. Also, Kyrie, Io Shirai, Io Sky. I knew I was going to mess it up. Plus, I got the regular and the chase. Carmelo Hayes, baby. Both fur coats, baby. Then, when I was in for Christmas, I was in Vegas. Went to the Toy Shack. Picked up some wrestling figures with decent prices. Paid more for one, but I understood why. But I got this whole set for a good amount. Speaker, boombox, boom bop, boom boom bop. Duffel bag, doesn't open. And an NWO cooler. Woo! Plus, I did get some figures. I didn't have this version of Vince McMahon, so I figured, what the hell? He looks good enough to put him in the collection. Kind of matches. Fighting Vince. Looks pretty clean. Looks really clean. And I looked this one up. Looks like it's the ringside exclusive. Of Taz. So I'll probably put him and Hook together. Even comes with ECW title, head towel. Like I said, maybe a little proportion issues, but as close as I'm gonna get to a Taz. But finally, from my brother, from another mother, father up in Vegas, and one of the four horsemen of the wrestling podcast world, Mr. MCM. He got me some hookups, like this 1 in 3,000 Jamie Hader. Even though I don't, do I have a regular version? I don't think I have a regular version. I want the regular version. He also, I was like, man, I was talking to him, like, man, I was showing him my tags I had gotten, and he's like, you got a Hook, right? I'm like, nah. I was like, I'm looking at getting the deluxe version, but I don't have the regular version. He's like, give me a second. So I got me Hook, baby. Then I also, there's a couple of Ultimates I was looking for, and my homie got me both of them. One, I'm looking to add to my Latino Luchador collection. And because of the Supreme Series 3 that had the Lucha Bros dressed up in like ancient attire, ancient like Mexican attire, I really wanted this Ray to kind of be like the centerpiece for that. So, yep. Got Ray, baby. Got Ray, baby. But the coup de grace for all of this is none other than the ultimate. Oh no. Oh no. The arm came off. It's none other than Mr. One of a Kind himself, Rob Van Dam. Man, this goes great in my Heyman collection. My Taz in there too with Hook. Hell yeah. So, all those last couple ones, MCM, thank you, my brother, for that Ray, that Hook, this Rob, and that Jamie Hader. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, so looks like nobody came in. Looks like everybody was busy. Let me double check before I go from the show. But yeah, this was my this is 2024, ringing in the new year with a live stream, baby. So thank you, Jada. Thank you, Rolando Flores. Thank you, JC the Great. And thank you, G Force. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you all for coming in, checking out, hanging out with me. I'm about to go eat something. I feel like I'm about to pass out. So stay tuned. And like I said, be prepared. The channel is going to be changing. It's going to stay in the same location, but the name's going to be different. So give me a month or so while I change some stuff up. So you all have a wonderful day. Have a good night. And you know what? Like I said, I'm hungry. So let's get the heck out of here.